Iba receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Iba, calm down. Iba, looking at the audience like that. Iba. Good day, good people. Another fine day in the year of the Radiance. We will not dilly, we will not dally. Toonlink won't dally. Dave won't dally. Bravo won't dally. Brave. Dave also won't dally. Anomaly, the normal Karis won't dally. Heck, even Asnir today won't dally. Because it is time for the biggest episode of preseason. It is time for the Danganronpa Hunger Games OC Tag Team, regular Tag Team Agents of Chaos match. The OC one will take place this coming Sunday, so get ready, get steady, get some spaghetti, because it's Agent of Chaos time. We'll say what that means if you're new around here and you don't quite understand what the Agent of Chaos means, but without further ado, it's Agent of Chaos season, and potentially an opportunity for some folks to earn the block because we have Tag Team co-champions right now. Let's go through everyone who's here. Your undisputed tag team champion, AV Baby, along with the virtual idols. I guess they also have some titles, but they're disputed. The Big Junko, Kizzy, and Miko, and then we'll go through the teams just from here. Flower Power, Big Gremlin Energy, who will all be facing off against each other at Brawloween. Couples Counseling, IT Club, Hello Nurse, Let Him Cook, Gamer Score, Bottomless Pit, Magic and Science, Snapshot, Fan Club, Hamtaro, Father Knows Jest, I Need a Hero, Blank Canvas, High Flying, Anything for Her, Yakuza 3, Debut Album, True Gentleman, Star Pupils, Deep Pockets, Cut Above the Rest, Espionage, The Detectives, Glorious Domination, Theme Park Ride, Average Joe, Country Roads, Lasting Shot, Magic Carpet Ride, Kid Rock, Catch These Hands, Mage Against the Machine, Eternal Winter, Vengeance, Dinner Party, Girl Boss, Time and Space, Boy Sleepover, Unfair Outcast Damnation, Clean Slice, Too Sweet, Swift Strikers, The Professionals, The Poor Unfortunate Souls, Four Master Togami, Split Path, Cataclysm, Spoken Word, Justice for All, Perfect Pitch, Turncoats, Where There's Smoke, There's This Team, There's Chaos. Human Studies, Lie, Cheat, Steal, Twin Magic, and Go Go, Baron, Bunny, Ann. We got all these teams here, your top 6 teams from preseason, from preseason, from the season finale last season were The Pretender, Fashion Fraud, Just Monica, Made to Rule, Virtual Idols, Full Investigation, and Nail Party. Of course, Virtual Idols did go ahead and take that W. Actually, there's one more thing that I need to change here, and it's very important. There we go. Acknowledge her. Halloween is coming up, Brawloween's coming up. I do have some announcements that we could make, but I'm actually going to leave them all for Friday tomorrow. Because there's a lot of matches to announce, and you want to get the show on the road. Because this is going to be the long one. Friday, luckily, has the much shorter Agent of Chaos episode. And heck, Sunday got some too. Sunday might take some too, now that I think about it. Regardless. Make your picks first, second, and third. I'm going to make mine too. First, I got to go for the Undisputed Tag Team Champion, AV. No way he loses this one. Second, I'm going to go for Average Joe. And for third, I'm going to say Poor Unfortunate Souls. But also, I said give me your top 3. Actually, give me your top 6 because the top 6 teams are the ones who make it on to that premiere. And more importantly, the winning team is the one that will get the... No. You almost had me there. We'll get the Agent of Chaos perk. What this means? It means that every time, for all those who don't know, most people know at this point, anytime that the champion is in action, the Agent of Chaos spins a wheel. When that wheel hits, Chaos reigns and they're forced to defend the title. It starts at 5%. Every time that it misses, it increases by 5% until it hits and the titles are on the line. Once it hits, it goes all the way back to 5% and the chaos continues all season long. So, there's a chance that every episode could be for the championship. The odds of that are incredibly low, but we've seen it hit twice in a row before. I digress. Also, our champions have the opportunity to earn the block. Hasn't come up too often, but it has happened twice. Which is weird because, in big episodes like these, you wouldn't expect it to happen. Where they can actually block Chaos from reigning just one time. Well, I guess they could happen, we'll see. ensuring that they are in the next match. Will it happen? Unsure. Regardless, look me dead in the eyes. Let's get this show on the road. It is your Agent of Chaos match. Let's roll Asnir, who hasn't really been bickering and hollering with me, because I think Asnir was like, oh my gosh, you fought me this past Inferno. I think he's out here plotting, and I really don't like it. I don't know what to expect from what kind of match you get to choose next week. I think he's kind of just looking out for my weaknesses, and I don't think I'm too fond of that, but weakness or not, we're resimulating. Ooh, that's the weakness of everybody. That's a 1. Oh no, Asnir, how could you have done such a thing? He knew. I think that's Asnir just being mad, being petty. But you can't stop the heel champion, the United States Aviator. The heel faction is growing, and we proceed after just 1. We're resimulation. Let's do it from the top to the bottom. Let's get this show on the road as we proceed. The horn bearers, they sound the horns, as they do so very quickly, because thank you, horn bearers. I digress. Tama runs off. Wanderer decides to lend Ava Komodo Dragon that's loose in the lend me a hand, and kills a Komodo Dragon that's loose in the arena. He didn't lend me a Komodo Dragon, that would be terrible, and that's not lending me a hand, that would be lending me despair. Speaking of despair, Sato realizing that dying doesn't matter in this endless cycle of despair, so she's gonna live it up this game. Violet finds a kazoo in the cornucopia, attempts to play tremendously, fails tremendously. Zero runs away from the cornucopia. Hook approaches Kanon, Iris, and Big Junko, telling them she'll kill them all this game. That's big gremlin energy, and you love to see it. Rhyme takes a sickle from inside of the cornucopia. Sophie takes a handful of throwing knives. Yukiko and Kole run away. Rendell rides in the arena on a unicorn. Teru, the Grand Boy, and Gundam get into a fight. Gundam triumphantly kills them both. That is the supreme overlord of ice. However, Teru is kind of been that guy for the past year. Secretly, like low-key that guy. Surprised to see him go out so early. Kaito runs away from the cornucopia. Noelle runs away from the cornucopia as well. Kai and Avi get into a fight. Avi gives up and retreats. Mikon runs away from the cornucopia. Maki does as well. A sudden dread overcomes Haiji as he notices Chiaki staring at him. I mean, I guess fair? I guess? I'm not sure why. Monophony runs through the cornucopia and hides. Yosuke finds a teleporter, teleports him right behind me. Man, I'll stun Yosuke. Sayaka gets a kitchen knife. Monokid finds a teleporter, teleports him to space. Yikes, he's not alive. And that's rare Monokid L after last season, not gonna lie. Monster takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Daddy has been dilling and dallying on an essay that's due by the end of the episode. Now they have to work on it while also trying not to get killed. Oh, Daddy. Causing a lot of trouble recently. EY grabs a machete. Futaba finds a torn photo of Mukuro within her pocket. The word Daddy scribbled on the back. Is Mukuro, is that you? Kazuchi finds a samurai sword, enhancing his senses, unsheathing that blade, slicing the 2 in 2 before walking away from the bloodbath. Hajime runs away from the cornucopia. Leon takes a running start. Superman punches Mitsuri, sending him flying across the arena. He's gone. Now tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake and she's not supposed to be here. Ibuki runs away from the cornucopia. Corey grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Klee cozies up to Namona and Kizzy looking for allies. Angie and Diona argue over the supplies. George takes advantage and kills them both. Hifumi runs away from the cornucopia. Kitaro runs away as well. Pennyworth convinces Renmaru, Sakura, Tinko, Mondo, and the Raiden to boycott the killing game. Yelan runs away. Joe forces Sarah to start singing "Please Give Me Wings." Joe? That's a little sinister of you, I don't like that. Mew kills Joker, then frames Usami for it, and she gets punished, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, which is like killing 1 person with 1 frame job. Kibo finds a turtle in the cornucopia, not a cornucopia in the cornucopia, brings it along for the game. Pekka runs away from the cornucopia. Ranger finds a vision. What are the Archons leaving something like that in here for? Fuga sets off his close killing March the 7th. Rest in peace, March. Love her to bits. Zhongli runs away. Queen gets a kitchen knife. Akane gets a machete. Luckily, it's not some alligators. Nagito runs away from the cornucopia, so does Mika. Katoka grabs a backpack. I can speak, I promise. Maru finds a model cornucopia in the cornucopia. Amber runs away. Yusuke, Komeiji, and Layden arrive to the games as a group, but are late and penalized 50 luck as a result. Shuichi and Noir engage in a friendly knife fight, and it's actually really good to see Noir. I missed her in the AW. I'm glad she's back. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were honeymooning or something. I don't know. Sojiro grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Gozu grabs a sword. Daisaku and Mozu fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. Yeah, well, you know what? No, they both come from, like, farming backgrounds. I don't think that's too out of character. The doctor runs away from the cornucopia. Mai runs away as well. Kotoko runs away from the cornucopia. Anna and Nahida fight for a bag. Anna strangles Nahida with the straps and runs. Oh my gosh. Gremlin energy. Fat Togami, Arthur, and Reiko get into a fight. Fat Togami triumphantly kills them both. Arthur probably tripped and fell onto Reiko. Chihiro rips a mace out of Monokuma's hands. Terrifying, I guess that's the ultimate. Nagisa realizing dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so he's gonna live it up this game. Yoimiya snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Just as everyone runs away from the cornucopia, Clover and Aiko immediately become friends. Crazy Yoko time traveled in from a past game in her blue police call box. Is she the doctor? Shoma convinces Juzo, Zenkichi, Fuyiko, Taka, and Boss to boycott the killing game. Nana Achiaki investigates with Fischl, but secretly kills Queen during the investigations. Keiji can't make it to today's game, he forgot to set his alarm. Momo runs away from the cornucopia. Jin ignores the opening ceremony, plays video games with Yunjin instead. Welt acts antisocial, refuses to introduce himself. Mishima finds a teleporter, teleports him to the spare dimension. Yikes. Jack argues with Monokuma. Tiki finds Paimon's corpse from a previous game. Paimon isn't just shocked by this discovery and instead acknowledges her own dead body. Nice! Nekamaru comes to the arena to capture Mizuki, a dangerous killer to escape from the insane asylum. An insane— look, a Mizuki who's going insane? That's terrifying. Jotaro repeatedly stabs Himiko to death with sighs. Hina finds some AV-shaped popsicles in the cornucopia. Toko runs away from the cornucopia. Monosuke cozies up next to Serval and Mizuki XL looking for allies. Natsumi, you have a team! Or at least you have a teammate. Natsumi, Ruruka engage in a friendly knife fight. Ophelia, Junko, Chi-Chi, and Leon share everything that they gathered before running off. Gonta runs away from the cornucopia. Togami and Alice compare the knives that they found. Aiba comes with a spoon, gets laughed at. Mona runs away from the cornucopia. Miku, tag team champion, cozies up next to Kaie Day and Yuta looking for allies. Amame runs away from the cornucopia. Kokichi just gets down on one knee, proposes again before he can answer. Celeste beheads Kokichi with a sword, leaving Gin in a state of shock. Oh my gosh. I guess Kokichi didn't need to be in the singles premiere, but he still needs his team. Crazy Extra Large runs away from the cornucopia, probably after seeing her teammate get beheaded. Liko decides to lend me a hand, kills Komodo dragging this hallucinating arena. Ryoma runs away as well. Hiroko begins working on a plan to overthrow Monokuma. Komaru runs away as well. Kizakura takes a spear from inside of the cornucopia. Kanji runs away from the cornucopia. Tengen, Ayato, Yula get into a fight. Yula triumphantly kills them both. I'm sorry, I just had a thought run through my mind that I need to tell Wednesday me about. It has literally nothing to do with what's on the screen at all right now, or anything that's happened. It's just something that like clicked in my mind and I was like, oh, yeah. And I think he's gonna want to hear it. Makoto runs away from the cornucopia. Kawakami rips a mace out of Kazua's hands. Takamichi kills Hiro as he tries to run. Izuyoi runs away from the cornucopia. Maya comes to the arena to capture a dangerous killer to escape from an insane asylum. Aika lies to Seiko about body swapping with Faruzan to mess with them. They are promptly killed to prevent a body swap win. Munakata runs away from the cornucopia. So does Professor Mishima. Monodam grabs a honey glazed ham. Not Natasha, not Tasha. She's Tasha, but not. Finds Kurumi's corpse from a previous game. Kurumi is in shock, and Gen shoots an arrow. Monotaro misses it, kills Oda. We are down just a day. Not even a day, just a bloodbath actually. We still have a day to get through. As Nomona asks Monosuke if he likes boats, Monosuke says, surprisingly I don't. Boats and me, we don't get along. Tinko, Hook, and Sarah hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I show up because, well, I mean, I'm gonna show up for Sarah and I'm gonna show up for Little Hook. Tinko, maybe not. Shoma signs a petition to change American Yi-Ball to soccer. Yoimiya immediately wakes up and has pancakes for breakfast, earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match. You know what? I like Yoimiya. She hasn't really been standing out recently, but who knows? She could be your next Genshin champion. Could be. Going to use the spell to suck the intelligence of a Kaito, which shockingly works. If there's anyone I'm shocked it worked on, it's Kaito. Big Junko glares at Maya, says, do you want to die? Maya runs away. Honor receives a clean water, not a clean water, just clean water in general from an unknown sponsor. Chiaki wants Avi to give Zolfus a chance. Gozu, Queen, Amon making to scrum with Haiji, Ranger, and Yukiko. They argue over who is getting the rerun first, Shinhwa or Eula. And Kibo, Yosuke, and Boss hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. They are all entirely confused on what the intervention is. They buy me a bunch of pancakes enabling that addiction, earning them all entry. I'm talking Kibo, the inaugural. I'm talking Yosuke, the flyer, and I'm talking Boss. Could it be her time? We're getting a lot of entries suddenly. Suddenly. Mishima. Sojiro kisses underneath the mistletoe. Takamichi asks Akane, do you think I'm some sort of clown? Akane shrugs and says maybe, and I don't know why. But I feel like the Akane shrug, maybe, feels like really in character for her, but like not like a smug maybe, just like a, I don't know, maybe. Gen tells Komeiji that he is a cardboard clone of Gen created by Avi. Mikan and Kotoko hunt for other tributes. Ryoma and Yunjin grievously injure each other during a vicious fight. In order to survive, they have to nurse each other back to health. Mizuki takes Makoto to Suplex City. Kizzy forces Paimon to kill Tiki or Crazy Yoko. She refuses, so Kizzy kills her instead. Look at that. Look at that. Kizzy, apparently a fiend, forcing Paimon to kill one of two fantastic ladies, and Paimon says, no, I won't do it. Instead, she suffers, and you know what? Even in this post-mortem time, we acknowledge your traveling companion. Eula works for both Avi's and Yoko's because she is in extreme debt. Chiro slams Natasha through a table. Faruzan is trapped in a box with a small device that can release a deadly poison every hour she dies. She alive. We can only find out if we proceed. Sophie teaches Rindo some fighting moves. Little does Rindo know that Sophie is teaching him wrong as a joke. It would seem that Juzo and Kole have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Serval pimp slaps him on off of a cliff. Sayaka's phone rings. The caller ID shows nothing. It's Layden on the other line insulting her. Ophelia sets Jotaro on fire with a Molotov. Izzy, each T-spouse Leon rather, questions Noir's sanity. I think she's sane enough. Well, asked Avi if he can be in the World Pancake Championship. Well, yeah, you can get in there. Get in there. Cool. Gundam prepares the museum for Avi's artwork. That's my guy. Wanderer, Masaru, and Mitarai discuss the killing life so far. Jack starts to go insane. Iris, Daisaku, and Avi and Munakata raid Nanaya Shaki's camp while she's hunting. Kamaru spins so fast she becomes a human Beyblade. Hafumi attempts to do a cool skateboarding trip, not a school skateboarding trip. Taka hates him so much he kills Hafumi with his own skateboard. Kawakami places a bomb next to a river to explode some fish. Kizakura is trying to overthrow Avi. Kizakura fails miserably, but thanks to Jin, he survives. Fuika gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the Ben 10 entrance music. You know what? Go ahead. Give it a shot, Fuiko. Aiba receives pancakes from Avi. Kai does a sick kickflip, fails a landing, falls flat on his face. Tama constructs a shack. Monofini asks Ranmaru if everything is okay. Probably not. Hina starts to hang out missiles in the arena, but Sakura swoops in, snaps her arm, and burns the mistletoe. Jeez Louise, y'all are still having a little bit of bad blood apparently. Daddy tries to sleep through the entire day. Again, Klee, Kanji, Alice play cards. Pennyworth's unknown sponsor is Sayaka from the squad. Pennyworth from the squad? Toko cannot handle the circumstances and commits a murder. Nekomaru's body is found in a lake. Mukuro receives medical supplies. Abuki embraces the power of positivity. Kanan wakes up from a long nap. Corey's phone rings. There's no caller ID. It's Chi-Chi insulting a Mai. Discovers a cave. Aiko is theorizing how best to counter Avi's jinx, and Monokuma washes his hands in the river. Fuga severely injures Mondo, but puts him out of his misery. Peko, Amber, Kazuha hunt for other tributes. Sato, Mizuki XL, and Mew get chased by a rampaging Mahiru as Zhongli and Leon hunt for other tributes. And I comment on how well Clover's doing. Justice Hammer 1 watches. How do you do that? As Clover accepts her fate, walks right off of a cliff. Kazuichi's unknown sponsor is Sayaka. Why, Sayaka, where are you getting all these funds from? What you doing out here? Nagito's hand matches very well with this giant robot. Yelan reminds you, yes, you dear viewer, to stay hydrated. Monodam, Natsumi, Moma, and Noelle swim in a mystical lake magical lake hidden deep beneath the arena. The mystical waters turn them into chibi forms of themselves. The magic doesn't always have to be useful, but it sure is cute. Kurumi, Mozu, Celeste, Violet, and Maki raid Maki's camp while she's hunting. Crazy Culture Large eats some cheese bumps. Togami berates Professor Mishima for hours. Professor Mishima thinks that he and Togami rather, has grown closer today. Azura constructs a shack. George wakes up from a long nap. The doctor. Now, Iwai, Togami talk about their hobbies. Nagisa hopes Avi doesn't jinx them. Boy, you've been employee of the month. You've been tag team champion. You think I'm gonna jinx you? Yeah, mate. Hajime drives up to Maki Donald's, wants an ice cream. Unfortunately, the machine is broken. Kotoka questions her sanity. Kaide's unknown sponsor is Sayaka. Where is she getting all this money from? I guess she's an idol. She's got idol money. What am I talking about? Shuichi joins the Mistletoe Warriors. You love that, man. Yusuke hates how he acted in the past, wants to move this past this phase of his life, become a better person. Ruka encounters a fruit bat who immediately takes a liking to her, joins her side. Rhyme camouflages herself in the bushes. Hiroko asks if she can be in the World Pancake Championship match, and I'ma say, to mama, you better believe that you can't. Raiden is unable to convince Monotaro not to kill her. You couldn't stop Monotaro, right? Man, I don't know what what Twitch AV is so worried about. If Ryan Shogun's out here getting beaten by Monotaro. Miku prepares the museum for my artwork, you better believe it. Kyutaro reminisces about the year of the ascent. Mika's unknown sponsor for his Raid Shadow Legends. Zenkichi wakes up, finds a water gun, fills it with holy water, fires at official. Surprisingly, official screams in pain before she disappears. I guess she was truly a witch. Junko finds the Infinity Gauntlet. It doesn't have the stones with it, so she just beats Joe to death with it. My gosh, someone's gonna have to find it. You better hope that she doesn't find those stones. Liko thinks AV has an addiction to getting new addictions, and Yuta and Futaba are sitting in a tree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G F-A-T-O wait, F-A-T-T-O-G-A-M-I. It doesn't rhyme. But I guess it would if I said F-A-T-T-O-Gami. That still sounds terrible. We lost quite a few people. We got plenty more to go though. 33 gone. It's a Claire de Lune 4. Teru Teru, the Grand Boy, Monokid, Dedu, Angie, Diona, Joker, Usami, March, Nahida, Arthur, Reiko, Queen, Keiji, Himiko, Kokichi, Tengen, Ayato, Hiro, not Hiroko, Ayaka, Seiko, Oda, Paimon, Mona, Jotaro, Hifumi, Nekamaru, Mondo, Clover, Raiden, Fischl, Joe, Fat Togami. And so we must go on. I do want to see how many people are left, because I did not take a peek at how many people are in this episode, but it is a lot. Not a loaf, alive. 140 remain. Yeah, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to schmoove. We knew that this was like the biggest of tag team seasons. It'll probably be a little bit condensed, a little bit more condensed next time, but like, we had a season. We had so many teams this season. Look at all these characters. Look at all these competitors. Many of these teams will not be back next season. It's gonna be a big old mix-up, but we'll see. As we proceed, it is night 1 as Akane execute. No. AV, the ultimate Jinx, comments on how well Leon's doing. And Chiaki walks up to Leon, says that's rough, buddy, rather. Now plays Samurai Woman. It's from her game. That makes sense. Takamichi fears Yuta. In fact, he fears all the Asahinas. Well, they're all still in right now. Moma, she's a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Doctor sends Ranger to jail for Mew-like behaviors. Mew then sets up a store to rival AV's Wares and Despairs. Aiba finally finishes her novel. Good job. Layton finds a lovely bikini, puts it on, it's quite revealing. This awakens something inside of Nagito. He likes professors. Kaie develops an irrational fear of Daisaku after having a nightmare about him. Aiko is plagued by a recurring nightmare. Liko rests in a fruit tree. Kai shakes it to retrieve the fruit, but it also causes Liko to fall to his death. Ida finds a big red button, presses it, it don't do a thing. Mozu exploits Celeste's kindness, has her do various humiliating tasks for her? That seems backwards. Chiro sings a romantic song to Zhongli, how sweet. Crazy Yoko gets hold of my soundboard and plays, no, Crazy Yoko, wait. Crazy Yoko, think about what you're doing. No, Crazy Yoko. Think, Crazy Yoko. You can't be considering, but like, no, wait. No, Crazy Yoko, I mean like, there's other ways to get people. Clea spends the night setting traps to keep out Boss and Masaru. Pennyworth, Eula, and Ryoma enter a scrum debate with Kazuha, Anna, and Kizzy over who is better, the squad or the entourage. The answer is obvious here. Boom. Shoma, Tiki, Mizuki XL, makes shadow puppets. Everyone's better at it than Miku. She gets jealous. Ruruka, Mizuki, Hajime, and Alice sit around the campfire, share some spooky stories, and during the spooky month. Suddenly, they hear some weird sounds coming from the forest. Alice goes to check out the noise. Never returns. Nana and Chiaki gets mad because Amame tells Fuiko to count how many sand particles are in the desert. Fuzuki Futaba receives Milk Splash from another sponsor. Katoka runs into Sato, falls over, barely conscious. Sato stares at her, does the caterpillar, dropping that elbow. Togami befriends, Firebends, not befriends, those are two very different words. Toko out of existence, and Toko probably ate every single second of it up. Nimona finds a virus in the simulator and is killed by it. Izuo gets infected by this rare disease, starts insulting everyone who passes him by relentlessly. Noelle accidentally sticks her hand in the campfire she made. Monotaro finds a sketch. It breaks in frustration. That's what he does. Crazy Martial Arts hits Yoonjin with some sweet chin music when Maru has a dream of Shuichi winning. Is this premonition or something? Professor Mishima throws what he thinks at the Molotov at Mishima. Turns out it's just a rag, it's not even on fire. Every day, Iwai imagines a future where he could be with Jin. Juzo, Maya, Hiroko intertwined with Kaito, Kawakami, and Ryan. They're ever what the best starter is. Mukuro is gentle with Yuta. Mitarai and Avi stare each other to the crackling flames of their campfire. Murder on their minds. Ophelia starts a fire. All my life, I'm on fire. You love to see it. Junkichi introduces Monodam. Gonta to his imaginary friend. There's nobody there. Monokuma has a dream in which Serval is planning to kill him. Komaru, Tama, Kori, Baruzan track down and kill Gin. Those fiends. Kyutaro goes to Love Hotel with Amber. Maki has no weaknesses. Kiba walks around in a carpet made of Legos. Unfortunately, succumbs to the pain and dies. Kanji walks around barefoot. He, on the other hand, goes against all logic and reason powers through the pain. One of them's a robot, one of them's not. The robot's gone, the human remains. Who would've thunk? Big Junko questions her sanity. Fair. Natsumi, Sophie are trapped inside of a box for the night. They use their imaginations to liven things up. Gundam gets infected with a despair disease and insults everyone who passes them by relentlessly. Peko and Leon hold hands. Mai finds a bikini, puts it on, and awakens something inside of Daddy. Me too! Proceed. Kanan unknowingly eats toxic berries. Hook panics, tries to cure her, succeeds. You must have learned that from Natasha. Good on you, Hook. Good little homie. Queen challenges Avi in Battleship. I sink Queen's Battleship like solo. Like, there's like a handful of people that I'll be like, I'm legit. I probably wouldn't be able to beat in Battleship. I'd beat Queen? Hey, I'm better at Battleship than I thought, baby. Natasha respects Mika and doesn't love her, but she respects her. Mika and Sojiro take pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to sleep for the night. Thinking quickly, Fuga has made a homemade gun using string, a squirrel, and a gun. Walt wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Avi wants Avi to give Walt a bro kick. Taka dresses up as Kizakura, breaks out in cosplay. Kizakura laughs. Jack misses her plane meeting with Sakura, has a sad feeling in her chest. Monophony tucks Yelan into bed, gives him a goodnight kiss. Junko, Yukiko, lost in the coldest part of the arena. Azuru and Munakata, the rest of the event is not welcome in a school environment. Ibuki graces Kotoko and Yoimiya for the rest of the game. Yosuke and Gozu start kicking Makoto for unknown reasons. Rendo finishes his copy before dismembering Yosuke and Gozu. Rendo does not like bullies. Well, alright. Gin throws a Molotov at Tenko after the fire dissipates. Gin's okay. Just number 1 and Monosuke tell each other their greatest fears to grow each other's trust. Wanderer confesses his love for Nagisa. Nagisa's like, what? Bro? Kurumi somehow steals every item in Maru's camp without being noticed. Violet walks into a portal, turns it on, her molecules get all rearranged, she gets ghost powers. Haiji wake up. Ibuki doesn't like this. Sarah is just Komeji's split personality given form. I don't know about that. Chi-Chi finishes her novel. Kole etches a sketch in a tree. Yusuke takes it as a threat. Noir burns down Avi's. Noir swears it was an accident. Iris says she saw Noir deliberately burn it down because I believe Iris more than Noir. Noir, you gotta get out of here. I just said it was nice to have you back and now you're already gone. Kazuichi loads his shotgun with a physical form of murderous intent. Some things are just naturally angry. Creepies, creepers, zombies, and Sayaka. And George dyes his hair yellow. We still have another night to get through, or rather a day to get through, because Shuichi finds a slingshot, fires it such precision it takes out Kanan. Natsumi falls into a pit but somehow survives. Amame smacks the taste out of Ryan's mouth. Moma is unknown sponsors Asner of the 39th Dimension. Who would have thunk? Noelle finds a bow tie, puts it on because, well, bow ties are cool. Kurumi wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Sakura, no, not Sakura, two very different people. Sayaka wants a nickname. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna entertain that. Freaking Sayaka, no way. Gonta accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Hina hands Jack and Professor Mishima invitations to her birthday party. They both tear it up before our eyes. Ibuki creates her own superior identity and lets Klee as her sidekick. Hajime asks Gundam if he likes boats. Gundam says no. Mew, as an employee of AV's, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. The raiding pistol rates Nagi-san 84 points. Not bad. Fuga reminisces about season 1. Mai catches Juzo off guard, kills him. Yoimiya dies from hunger. So much for the grace that Ibuki gave you. Right? Wanderer discovers a river. Kizakura becomes spherical. Spherical! Kanji sees a completely pale Big Junko wash ashore unmoving. Kanji revives Big Junko with CPR? I don't know how he did that. That girl big. She is incredibly tall. She could lift the roof off of this place and say, hello, how you doing? Sojiro finds a bikini, puts it on, quite revealing, wait, that's the wrong simulator, oh well. The rating pistol rates Makoto 13 points, how unlucky. Sato makes a life-size cardboard cutout of freaking Sayaka to spite AV, and I am spited indeed. Sato, I hope you get destroyed. I was gonna say clapped. Yeah, I hope you get clapped too. Maya has drip, but Mukuro is the director of drip. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. Yukiko goes hunting. Queen bashes Mitsurai's head against, with a mace rather. Jin makes a deal with Mahiru. Zenkichi and the doctor work to toss Kawakami's items in the lava. Gin does a sick kick flip. Sick flip! Takamichi smacks his ass out of Corey's mouth. Hook, just number 1. Mishima and Yuta make up the alpha team. Hook's the confident yet dorky leader. Yeah. Just number 1 is the explosive expert. Yeah. Mishima is the transportation expert who thinks he knows better. Yeah. And Yuta's a sharpshooter who thinks his sarcasm is a personality trait. I think this is a good fit for those 4. Ranmaru lays on the ground watching the blood fall from Chiaki being murdered by Crazy Oko. Paint the scenery crimson. Well, I guess those are not autumn leaves. Okay. Wow. Sakura wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Tama receives medical supplies from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard, Komeiji. And Kaito enter a rebuttal showdown. Kyutaro puts on a pair of stutter shades and Krasing has a strike level tenfold, making Azuru and Mikon envious. Crazy Oko receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates. Haiji dives into a pile of plushies. The plushies prove too much for Haiji and he drowns. Serval searches for all the AV clones that she has not met yet. Pennyworth has balloons. Welt comes and pops them. Pennyworth decided to proceed to kill Welt for destroying his balloons, which is fair. Although balloons deserve to be popped. George kills Boss while she's sleeping. Rendell confesses how much she's come to hate Monophony. Monophony says, hey, the feeling's mutual. Maki starts to hang on missiles on Narita. Monotauro swoops in, snaps that arm, burns a mistletoe. Katoka camouflages herself in the bushes. Faruzan chases Sophie around with a mace. Chi-Chi uses slash kill on Iris. Hold on, I didn't disable him, my bad. My bad, Iris. Miku is ready for the year of the AV. Miku's ready for that heel turn, even on the other team, Miku. I'll remember this. Nimona and Kizzy are made into grotesque human dioramas by Akane. Huh. Futaba asks Hiroko, do you think I'm some sort of clown? Hiroko shrugs and says maybe. Zhongli is full of it. What is it, you may ask? Death. Ophelia goes on a serial balloon popping spree. Munakata sees smoke rise in the distance, decides not to investigate. Mizuki throws some sand into the eyes of Yunjin, causing Yunjin to go blind for the rest of the game. Naito makes a poem for Sara. Yelan, Iwai, Eula, and Tiki talk about their hobbies. Kazuichi severely injures now, leaves her there to die. Peko smells a rat. Togami hangs up missiles in the arena. Amber works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Ryoma is horrified when Chihiro goes to a job interview for it. Masaru reaches in towards the screen, the watchers, and say, run. He might drag you to Toa City. He might drag you to Ultra Despair Girls. You might not have a good time. Kazuha bashes Leon's head in with a mace. Goodness gracious. A lot of maces being used. Mika steals from Ruka while she isn't looking. Leighton, Taka, Celeste hold an intervention from my pancake addiction. I didn't even show up. Yeah, no, I've already been to 1. Or 2, technically. One went really great, the other one, meh. Nane Aishaki smells a rat. Izuyoi and Kole awkwardly kiss under the mistletoe, and it's not Christmas, so I don't know why you're doing that. It's definitely not December. So stop. Looking at you two. Junko drives up to Maki Donald's and wants to get an ice cream. Unfortunately, the machine is broken. Kai tries to sleep the entire day. Tinko hunts for other tributes. Yusuke does Yusuke things in order to survive. Natasha tries to strangle Leon with toilet paper. It's 2-ply, and Leon does indeed perish. Aiba commits Sora. Aiko kills Kotoko with a sickle. And then Kaede, Ranger, Monokuma perform a glorious air combo on Shoma. Mizuki extra large stabs Fuyiko with a skewer, then hides the weapon in some meat on the bone. I'll be frank, it said meat on the bone and my brain almost instinctively mixed that up. Although standing in the eyes of Mozu, Daisaku puts all of his faith into Atua. Monosuke is confused why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. Daddy's unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. Kamaru isn't surprised that Monodam has made it this far. And Avi confuses Violet for Hilda. How? Well, I mean, they're both characters who had a very successful sibling. They both have hair that is a shade of red. And they both have they both can probably eat a lot. Proceed. How many people we lose? How many people did we lose? 26, less than last time. We still have over 100 people left, actually. So it's a real quick Clear Day Loon 4. Liko, Alice, Toko, Gin, Kibo, Yosuke, Gozu, Noir, Kanon, Gonta, Juzo, Yoimiya, Mitsurai, Chiaki, Haiji, Welt, Boss, Iris, Namona, Kizzy, Zhongli, Now, Leon, Katoko, Fuihiko. We're almost past that 100 mark. 114, we'll probably lose that 14 this time, but without further ado, we won't dilly and dally this episode. We're gonna scroll through, we're gonna see who's left. It is just a one-shot battle royale. We keep on keeping on to see who goes on. Once we get into that thick of it, once we get into like top 50, we'll really see who's left. But these people, the next ones who get out is gonna be tough for them. It's gonna be tough. I'm not sure, some team is probably completely out. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Cataclysm. Y'all sucked it up this time. You really did. However, we proceed again and we see Night 2. Anna presses a big red button. It was a bomb. She's gone. Ranger reminisces about Season 7. Nagisa holds a secret meeting with Faruzan, Taka, Natasha, and Shoma. Takamichi dyes his hair red. Kanji and Aiba huddle for warmth. Gundam has a dream in which Masu is plotting to kill him. Monodam confesses his love for Munakata. Munakata lovingly embraces him. What a lad. Professor Mishima finds a virus in the simulator and is killed by it. So is Mozu, and Jack starts a fire. Big Junko signs a petition to change American football to yeetball. She's alright. Mika and Ryoma have a tea party. While reaching for the tea, she spills it on Ryoma's lap and it burns like the real thing. Throughout the entire night, Mai tells Sophie a bunch of useless fun facts, and Sophie's like, I already know this. I'm an app. I have connection to the internet. Sayaka reminisces about Season 7. The starving Celeste trades nearly half her supplies for Gin's loaf of bread. Ophelia thinks about home. Kurumi stabs Crazy Yoko with a tree branch. Akane attacks Togami with the legacy of her bloodline. It was power enough to annihilate Togami. What is her bloodline in comparison to Togami's? What don't we know about you, Akane? Oh my! Maya tries to eat a turducken and it's too much and she dies from the stomach pains. Ruko attempts to sneak into the back room of Yoko's item of misfortune, gets seen by Hina, an employee of the store. Izuru and Kizakura start kicking Noel for unknown reasons, and Daddy finishes his nighttime coffee before joining in. Daisaku finds an etch-a-sketch, shows Crazy Yoko extra large the portrait he made for Wanderer, was cheating on technically Crazy Yoko extra large and Mozu with Wanderer all along. Kuda thunk. Mizuki stays up all night. Izuyoi dyes his hair black. Yusuke cuddles up with Miku. Two scrum debates. Jin, the Doctor, and Nagito with Kaede, Serval, and Violet arguing about V3's ending rhyme, Chi-Chi, Sojiro, with Amber, Queen, and Chihiro. Arguing over which victim had the saddest death. Peko tries to stay up all night, falls asleep. Kole etches a sketch in her tree. Makoto thinks this is a threat. Justice Hammer 1, Tiki sings some show tunes. Always a tongue twister. EY loves Mew as much as Maki loves Kaito. Oh. Mika sings Avi a lullaby, let me tell you, lullaby and good night. George, Amame, Shuichi, Mizuki Extra Large get together to form a rock band. Yelan convinces Junko to snuggle with her. Komaru and Tenko sing some show tunes as well. Monosuke is about to fight Monokuma, but Sato comes in and kills Monokuma before the duel could start. Sato, she's a menace, I tried to tell you guys. Komeiji finds an etch sketch, shows a portrait. Natsumi. Oh. That's really nice, huh? He made it for Natsumi. She loves it, kisses Komeiji on the big old square forehead. Monotaro spends the whole night setting traps to keep out Rendo and Monophony. Aiko kills Mahiru with a hatchet. Hook is ready for Aviamania. You should be getting ready for Brawloween. Kai has a dream in which Pennyworth is plotting to kill him. Kitaro ties Futaba to a rocket, launches into space. Is she gonna be okay? Oh, she not gonna be okay. Moma tries to treat the infection. Kazuichi befriends a Komodo dragon wearing a small pair of aviator goggles. Katoka rolls a nat 20 on intimidation, gives Kaito, Kawakami, and Hajime heart attacks just upon looking at her. Ibuki and Sara exercise underneath the stars. Yuta clear Mukuro perform a fatal air combo on, fatally glorious air combo on Maki. Rest in peace to her. Avi thinks Hiroko is from Sword and Shield. Yeah, the nurse, remember? The hot nurse? Yeah, that's Hiroko. Yukiko is an international super spy. Layton uses his night vision goggles to navigate the arena. Eula finds a special charm. She can now transform into a magical girl. Looking for vengeance, she's about to find it. Fuga thought they caught a glimpse of the elusive Mama Kuma. They were just seeing things, right? Correct? Mishima or Maru Tama make a trias together. The end product, not so great, but the important thing is that they worked on it together. Correct? Correct. Kori introduces Yunjin and Zenkichi to his imaginary friend. There's nobody there. Sister. Sakura receives a medical supply from no sponsor. Kazuha's allergies keep him up all night. Nana Yachaki finds a dapper suit, puts it on. Even if it's the wrong simulator, she's still looking super fly. And it's day 3. You know what? Since we played it earlier. It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's dead. Mishima's not. He's dead. He's a dead man. He was killed by Void. Kai walks up, or rather drives up. This is just a doll. Drives up to Maki Donald's, wants an ice cream. It's working. Lucky for him. Let Ibuki cook. Pennyworth is still alive. Junko and Izio raise the bar. Actually, they are the bar. Masaru rests in a fruit tree. Aiba receives pancakes from Avi. Katoka so excited about her super weapon that'll take over the arena she wrote a song about it. Jin is still alive. Kizakura, Mizuki, Gundam, Tiki, Hook, track down and kill the Wanderer. I mean, let's be honest, that's a big old threat right there. Ruka immediately wakes up, has pancakes for breakfast, and let me tell you, that for sure earns a spot in the World Pancake Championship match. We love pancakes. I need to get some more pancakes for real. Or make some more pancakes for real. Big Junko joins the Bloom Protection Squad. Munakata acknowledges Monofini, who I believe deserves a little bit more acknowledgement. She's successfully defended too. Sakura tries to find every hidden Monokuma on the school grounds. Karumi uses the spell to suck the insides out of Mukuro, which fails because there's nothing left to suck out. Junko must have gotten to her first. Pardon me. As Sophie receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor, Monotaro severely slices Aiko with a sword. Azuru searches for all the AV clones he hasn't met yet. Kori decides to lend AV a hand, kills us Paul. Yes, kill that Komodo dragon. Mew, Queen, Peko corner Takamichi are about to kill him. Gets that grappling hook. Takamichi gets out of there. Mika's full of it. What is it, you may ask? Well, death. George, Kazuichi, and Sara discuss the clone lab so far. Gin deliberately jumps off of a cliff just as everyone plants some trees. Amame begs for Miku to kill her. She refuses, keeping Amame alive. Nagisa suddenly exclaims, not the Komodos for every reason in particular. The doctor convinces Professor Layton to climb into a hydraulic press and crushes him to death. Oh, well. The doctor is a master of linguistics, apparently. Clea shoots an arrow at Daisaku, but it misses, kills Ranmaru instead. Ryoma throws sand into the eyes of Rhyme, runs off. Celeste hangs out missiles in the arena. Sojiro silently snaps Mikon's neck. Goodness gracious. Yelan, Komeiji, Monoscape perform a regular glorious hair combo on Jack. Zenkichi hunts for their tributes. Eula reminisces about season 1. I'm so excited about my super weapon that'll take over the arena. I wrote a song about it. It goes a little bit like this. Hey, super weapon, you're gonna take over the arena. It's gonna be a good time. And I'm gonna have some lasagna. Fuga decides to let Avi a hand and kills the Komodo dragon. Don't worry, my super weapon will do that. Mozu receives pancakes from Avi. Kole raises Moma's hopes, dashes him quite expertly. Yunjin and Yuta pull their money to hire Sato and assassinate Mizuki XL. But Mizuki XL is richer than them, and Sato is still extremely dangerous, takes out Yunjin and Yuta. My gosh. Natsumi fishes. Kazuha receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Faruzan sets up an ice cream shack. Sayaka comes and buys some. It was awful. Sayaka burns the shack, killing Faruzan. Amber finds the Infinity Gauntlet. Again, Junko must have taken it off. She just beats Ranger to death with it because there's still no stones in it. The rating pistol rates Hiroko 57 points. That thing is a little bit low. Kaede and Mai want to raise the bar. In fact, they are the bar. Yusuke sets Tama on fire with a flamethrower. The rating pistol rates Hina 92 points. Fair enough. Kanji, Nani, Chiaki, and Crazy Hook Extra Large unsuccessfully ambush Shoma, Monodam, and Chi-Chi, who take them out instead. Noelle rests in a fruit tree. Rindel, Ophelia, Mishima hold an intervention from a pancake addiction. I'm not going to show up. Of course not. As much as I love 2 out of 3 of these characters, and one of them's okay. No. The rating pistol rates Taka 13 points. Violet wants Avi to give Donuts a chance. Natasha gets a hold of my soundboard and plays I Want It That Way, and I suppose you might want it exactly that way. So you can have it exactly that way, wherever this song is, because it's on here. A soundboard, where is it? Oh, I'm just blind. It's right there. There you go, Natasha. Serval uses a spell to touch the intelligence out of Komaru, which works because it doesn't because there's nothing to suck out. Akane put cat ears on Chihiro, very embarrassed about this. Kyutaro wakes up from a long nap. Yukiko starts to hang out mistletoe in the arena. Tinko actually swoops in, snaps her and burns the mistletoe. EY makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Shuichi's the protagonist. Really? Daddy and Nagito kiss underneath the mistletoe. Hate that. And Makoto rests in her fruit tree. We wanted it that way, and we got 26 more again. That does take us under 100. Not just barely either, it actually does take us significantly under 100. Not like significantly, but like, we don't got like an hour left. Instead, we have a Claire de Lune left for Anna, Crazy Yoko, Togami, Maya, Monokuma, Mahiru, Futaba, Kaito, Kawakami, Hajime, Maki, Wanderer, Aiko, Mika, Gin, Leighton, Ranmaru, Mikan, Yunjin, Yuta, Faruzan, Ranger, Tama, Kanji, Nane Achiaki, Crazy Yoko, Extra Large. And we will peek real quick at Alive. That brings us to like 80 something. Yep, 88. Which means we keep going. I'm just betting on one arena event causing such tremendous terror that it brings us to like the 20s. Do I think that's gonna happen? Yeah. But does me saying I think that's gonna happen make the jinx make it not happen? Yeah. So we're in for a long one, baby. We're in for a long show. The show is on the roll and time is running out. So, let's do it. Final 88. Night 3. Sojiro strangles Momo after getting a first, not a friendly fight, not a friendly fist fight. I don't think there's really friendly fist fights. Komeiji grabs Kokichi by the throat. Zenkichi latches onto Tiki's back, blows himself up, trying for a clear. It works, and Tiki is blown to smithereens. Takamiki takes power, 247 minutes. Million perish, not minutes. Imagine if you take power and minutes perish. Like, time just stops existing for a couple of minutes. Izue finds a secret stash of pancakes that I was hypothetically hinting at. Yukiko and EY stare each other through the crackling flames of the campfire, the thought of murder on their minds. Just as everyone eats a sandwich to fully restore health, how do you eat? How do you have health? Nagito respects Sophie. He doesn't love her, but he respects her, though. Rhymes, reflection in the mirror distorts her to her true self as she pleases what she sees. Maybe, maybe not. Corey gets distracted. Mizuki gets hold of my soundboard within the hour. She is struck down for playing copyrighted music. Ibuki receives yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Kazuha severely strikes his Mai with a sword. How could you, Kazuha? How could you, Mai? She's the one. Look, y'all, just stab me in the back anytime. Masaru sets up camp for the night. Monosuke also takes power. 240 million perish, including Mukuro. Hook dyes her hair blue. If it's like a light blue, honestly, even if it's like a dark blue, it might work. Her eye color, though, is a really kind of a weird one for blue, but I think it might work out. It might work out, depending on the blue. Hiroko looks at the nighttime sky. Kai finds a lovely bikini, puts it on. This awakens something inside of Nagisa. Avi works for himself and Yoko because he is an extreme dad. I don't like that. Stop this game. You're tripping. Iber receives milk supply from an unknown sponsor. Daddy's bleeding out. Thankfully receives fresh blood from an unknown sponsor. George grabs a dumbbell, starts working out. Avi thinks that Akane is from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah, she's one of the, like, the strong lady trainers from the cave. Katoko wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Y'all are tripping out here. Violet kills Pennyworth with a sickle. Kurumi gets a hold of my soundboard and plays something real quick that's absolutely glorious. Unfortunately, we don't have time to dilly and dally with that for too long because Tinko gets bonked on the head. She might not be alive anymore. Shoma brags to Mew that he has 70 alternative accounts. Kaede Signs of position change American yeet ball to football. You fiend. No, I read that wrong. American football to yeet ball. You're not a fiend. You're cool. Monotaro and Ruka start prepping for spooky month by doing the spooky dance. Taka proceeds to kill them because it's not Halloween. But wait. Taka, I mean it's not Halloween, but it is spooky month. Can they only do the spooky dance on Halloween? Wow. Serval and Munakata Chihiro interest date with Daisaku, Gundam, and Junko. They argue which should happen first, AV no longer making typos or Kanji getting a W. This one has to come out because Kanji has gotten some W's. And you know what? I think he's a potential future champion one day. Maybe. Kitaro attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. Sakura steals Makoto's first kiss. You know what? I kind of shipped this. Rindo shouts from afar, is that a JoJo reference? Jin slices Celeste's eye. Celeste is now blind. Fuga attempts to receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Natsumi thinks about winning. Yelan and Hina take some pictures of the Aurora Borealis. Ryoma eats a turducken. Yum! Hopefully can walk it off by the rest of the game. Kole Dendro teaches Eula ice and Shuichi how to use ice magic. Okay. Chi-Chi, yes, queen. A starving doctor trades nearly absent supplies for Mondo's loaf, Monodam's, might as well just call him Mondo Dam, his loaf of bread. Kazuichi, Azuru, and Peko have s'mores all around the campfire. Mizuki's allergies keep waking her up rather. Mishima buys a deed to a house, now we can have parties every week. Big Junko dyes her hair yellow. To build each other's trust, Professor Mishima and Mozu decide to do trust falls in the very first instance of the exercise. Professor Mishima steps aside and lets Mozu fall off of a cliff. My gosh. Sayaka can't decide whether Miku should live or die. Amber strangles Jack after engaging in a fist fight. Sato rejects her reality, substitutes her own, and consequently she ends up not alive. Queen adopts Komaru as her child. Yeah, I can kind of see the resemblance, actually. Monophony. Her unknown sponsor is Avi. Do I detect some bias here? Yeah, that's the pink bear. Amame uses Spirit of the Great Pumpkin and changes the arena date to October. It is October. It's the 10th month. Kizakura is bitten by a black mamba. Yusuke has some anti-venom, saves his life. Ophelia receives clean water from no sponsor. Natasha sets up a rival store from Avi's wares and despairs. Syra goes to the dog shelter, lets all the dogs out. Seems like she's the mastermind indeed. Noelle sets up a trap. Unfortunately, she ends up trapping herself. We proceed again. And okay, the gauntlet is shown up so many times. And Queen finds it this time, except it's got all of the stones this time. She snaps. Ophelia dusted. Avi dusted. Violet dusted. Ibuki dusted. Yukiko dusted. Kai dusted. Celeste dusted. Oh, we're going to have to get Seiko out here, the janitor, because there's dust everywhere. Just number one, Natsumi and Sakura track down and chill with Fuga. Sayaka, not Sakura. Sakura's up there. Jin and Komaru hold an intervention by darts addiction. I didn't even show up because I don't have one. I just don't. Amame sprains her ankle while running away from Gundam. Karumi's allergies are so bad she sneezes the arena back to April. Monodam strangles, or at least tries to strangle Mizuki, ends up massaging her shoulders very awkwardly. Serval receives a poison bottle. Akane sets off an explosive, taking out Sojiro, Nagito, and Hiroko. My gosh. Sarah, George, Izioi, and Takamichi, and Chi-Chi look for people to kill. Taka defeats Big Joke in a fight but spares her life. How? Unknown. Azuru receives Magic Splash from an unknown sponsor. Katoka collects fruit from a tree. Kaide mails Avi some brand new socks. Did I tell you guys about? I'm sure I've told you guys about the socks that I got, and they were like cushion socks, and I was like, what on earth? And then I took a step, and I was like, oh, it was great. Natasha, Miku find the Triforce before they can distribute the powers to each other. Professor Mishima kills everyone and takes the Triforce for himself. Monosuke renews out of season 2. Mew drinks cactus juice and starts to hallucinate. Kazuha embraces spring and plants daisies outside of his camp. Nagisa receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Rindo searches for all the AV clones he hasn't met yet. Eula discovers a river. Amber was being a clown. Peko receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates. Yelan eats cheese puffs. Yum. As Kizakura eats dirt. Not so yum. Aiba, I haven't had cheese puffs in a minute. Aiba receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Aiba, calm down. Aiba, looking at the audience like that. Aiba, Komeiji attempts to do a cool skateboarding trick to amuse Munakata. Munakata hates it so much that he kills Komeiji with his own skateboard. Well, makes a deal with Chihiro. Daddy pushes Daisaku off of a cliff during a knife fight. Tinko commits Sora. Mizuki XL, EY, and Mishima perform a fatal air combo on Kazuichi. Corey is the best there is, the best there was, and gosh darn, the best there ever will be. Makoto, Yusuke, and Ida perform a glorious air combo on Shoma, as well as Monofini tells the doctor he's not a clown but the entire circus. Kole pops a balloon just because she can, subsequently hunted down and murdered by the balloon protection squad. And Rhyme receives milk supply from an unknown sponsor. Shuichi, Cleve, Masaru, and Sophie raid Junko's camp while she's hunting. Ryoma's trapped in that box. It's Schrodinger's I guess it's Ryoma's cat. He does have a cat. Ryoma, will you live? Will you die? Will proceed. At the bottom of this list will be potentially Ryoma or potentially not. For right now, though, it's a Claire de Lune 4. Moma, Zenkichi, Tiki, Mai, Mukuro, Pennyworth, Monotaro, Ruruka, Kyutaro, Mozu, Jack, Sato, Ophelia, Avi, Violet, Ibuki, Yukiko, Kai, Celeste, Sojiro, Nagito, Hiroko, Hook, Natasha, Miku, Komeiji, Daisaku, Kazuichi, and Kole, and not Ryoma. Congratulations to him, he survived that box. He's out of the box. Out of the box. We have, what, 59? Yes, 59 remaining, which means we still, once again, we still got a ways to go, but like, we're dwindling real quick. We're about at the hour mark. We gotta keep on keeping on. We have to see how this proceeds. We're gonna do a slow scroll one more time. I think maybe, not next time, but the time after this, we'll be seeing exactly who's left, which teams are going strong, if any team's completely in. I see, like, peaking, just peaking. Time and space is completely in, just peaking. Just like doing quick peeks. Spoken Word still doing pretty good, so are Human Studies. Where There's Smoke just has Mishima. Twin Magic and Go-Go Bear and Bunny just have the solo acts, but we'll see how this plays out as Night 4 begins. Makoto and Daddy huddle up for warmth. It's a little bit awkward. Yeah, I can imagine. Daddy's there. Monofini finds a secret stash of pancakes that I was hinting at. Komaru sneaks to the back room of Yoko's, gets seen by Takamichi, locks the door behind her. After repeatedly losing to Shuichi in chess, Monodam tosses the game board in the fire. Yula remembers about Season 7. Rindo works for both Avi's and Yoko's because he's in extreme debt. Junko and Sara create their own secret code language, without any unwanted eavesdroppers. You love to see it. Hina helps out Avi and opens a rival establishment to the Waffle House called the Pancake House. You love to see it, Hina. You're a good egg. EY, Big Junko, Kizakura, and Aiba get together to form a rock band. Professor Mishima and Munakata have a super kick party. Everyone lives, though. Everyone lives. Although they all got some sore jaws afterwards. Kurumi, Sayaka, and Mizuki enter Fremder with Justice Hammer 1, Nagisa, and Taka. What'll happen first? Avi no longer making typos, or Kanji getting a W? Both have lessened over the days since that event was made. Amber, there's a new typo lord out here. Amber dyes her hair blue. Gundam enters Yusuke's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Sakura and Tenko fight Natsumi and Kaede. Sakura and Tenko survive. Monosuke finds a Dave in the arena and attacks him, bites him straight to the heart, killing him. Kazuha sneaks up behind a sleeping Noelle, sets fire to her camp, killing Noelle. Oh my gosh. These have been like brutal events race, like just in this last day. Rhyme and Cleus settle their dispute over an intense game of rock, paper, scissors. Muse strangles Mizuki XL with a rope. Serval kisses her homies Shoma, Queen, and Masaru for goodnight, but like me too. Kotoka quietly hums. George threatens Mishima with a good time. Corey works for both Avi's and Yoko's. Everyone's in debt. Sophie shoots an arrow at Chihiro. Misses, kills Akane. Fuga and Jin about to protect each other as we proceed to day 5. Sarah commits Sora. Which I kind of like. Corey and Peko and Munakata evaluate their performance with their report cards. Corey gets an A, Peko gets a C, and Munakata gets a big fat F. Sayaka, Queen, and Amber make homemade weapons. Mizuki receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Who's sponsoring Mizuki with all these axes? Ryoma exclaims, not the Komodos, for every reason in particular. Taka tells Rhyme that there is a cardboard clone of Taka. It is him, and he was created by Avi. Nagisa then sets off an explosive, taking out Gundam and George. Sophie challenges Azuru and Kizakura to an anything goes pancake eating competition. Azuru actually eats the most and earns entry into the World Pancake Championship match. Azuru, you were already in here actually. I thought so. Good on you. Clea seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Listen here, EY does not like Aiba. He's gonna bark at her now. Bark, bark, woof, woof. Shoma seems to be alive, but it's a lie. Oh, well, rest in peace to him. Serval beats Michi with a chair, rather. Katoka accidentally boasts out the fact that she likes Kurumi in an all-platonic way. Kurumi says ew affection and takes out Katoka. Well, that was rude. Sakura forces Daddy to kill Masaru or Mishima. He decides to kill Sakura. Oh my gosh. That's a fiend right there. Yusuke plants seedlings in his garden. It is almost winter, my guy. Justin Emerone invades Izio's privacy, listens to him sing in the shower. Rendell, Professor Mishima, and Monofini corner Monodam and are about to kill him. He's got that grappling hook, though. He gets out of there. Junko dyes her gold. Not super duper different to how she is now. He'll be like a more vibrant yellow. Gold? Who knows? Yula blurts out the fact that she likes Kazuha in an all-platonic way. Kazuha declines it, says he doesn't like her in that way. Makoto overhears Chi-Chi and Yelan talking in the distance. Tinko receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a giant stuffed bear. Jin verses about season 1. Shuichi finds every Monokuma on the school grounds. Amame smacks the taste out of Komaru's mouth. Hina starts staying on mistletoe. The doctor swoops in, snaps her arm. This is like the second time you've broken your arm, Hina. Chihiro is excited about that super weapon that take over the arena. He wrote a song about it. Fuga offers to sell his friendship to Mew, and Big Junko's big hat matches very well with her big robot. Now, is Big Junko's giant robot bigger than Big Junko, or is it just like a regular sized robot to her, but a giant robot to everybody else? These are the questions we need to be asking, but instead we get Claire de Lunes. Natsumi, Kaede, Monosuke, Noelle, Mizuki XL, Akane, Gundam, George, Shoma, Katoka, Sakura. And so, that brings us down to 48. Twice the size of a standard size game. We're about still not. I think we probably are over an hour in because I took one small cut at the beginning to change Paimon's image to the appropriate one that you should be acknowledging. That being said, we do still have a chance for the block, but there's still a lot of competitors left. Still a lot of competitors left, so it could go any way. It could go any single way. All of Human Studies are still in. Good on those lads. We'll proceed though, and we see Night 5 as Hina thinks she's the protagonist, and in actuality Kizakura is the protagonist. Hina's just the antagonist. Arindo fears Yuta. In fact, he fears all the Asahinas. You should definitely fear Hina. Fear her. Let him in. Munakata finds a discarded dimensional scythe. Although it has lost its ability to open portals to the spare dimension, it works very well for slicing Yusuke to pieces. Maki grabs Taka by the throat. Peko and Azuru, the rest of the event, is not welcome in a school environment. Cleet shakes up a can so fast of soda that it blasts Takamichi in the face with a stream of soda. Jin and Rhyme have a pose off. Jin wins. That's okay, I guess he's got the schmoves. Mizuki stays awake all night. Kurumi cuts off both of Aiba's arms. Are you gonna paste them somewhere? I mean, she's electronic. Mishima is in the house. Check it out. Monodam has found a big red button. Unfortunately, the button was a bomb. He explodes. Avi, me comment on how Sayaka's doing. She really is doing very well. Daddy walks up to Sayaka and says, oh, that's rough, buddy. Serval fins Monofini, Shuichi, and Sarah away from her fire. Kamara wants to pretend that airplanes and night sky are like shooting stars. She really is a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. The doctor finds a big red button, also presses it. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for him. Yula gets a hold of my soundboard, plays the secret achievement music. Masaru and Amber get onto a balcony, watch the stars together. Junko kisses her homies Yelan, Chihiro, and Kori goodnight. Chi-Chi, Kazuha, Ryoma make the night spend the night making potions. Man, Fuga disowns Izio for being a disgrace to the family. Mew, Nagisa, Junko, and Makoto play a friendly game of Uno, not to the death, and Junko still wins it. Just as everyone gets assaulted by a soundboard and says, you know what, let's run it back apparently. Twice as much megalovania in this episode as usual. Amame attacks EY with the legacy of her bloodline. It was powerful enough to annihilate EY. Rest in pieces. And then Queen swaps out Avi's pancakes for waffles. Boom! I did her with that wing clipper. She pays dearly for that crime. Tinko eats her deduction, but it's too much for her. She dies from the stomach pains. Professor Mishima gets killed and replaced by a realistic doll made in his image, if that ain't the truth. Sophie swaps out Avi's pancakes for waffles. Why is everyone doing this to me? Sophie, I don't want to do this to you either, but that's the wing clipper real quick. The elbow right to the jaw is gonna knock you out real quick. Proceed again, it is day 6. Asaka has drip, but Aiba's the director of drip. Kizakura, Nagisa, the doctor, and Serval are all swimming in that magical lake. They're all little chibis rather, they're real cute. Mew discovers a cave. Monofini punches Mizuki off a cliff, screaming, "Punch Club forever!" Fuga and Yelan enter a rebuttal showdown. Daddy spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Legos. He is truly transcended beyond humanity. Unfortunately, that much is true. Big Junko receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Takamichi stomps all over Rendo's garden. Rendo is now mad and murders him with a hoe and buries him in the garden. That's good fertilizer. Junko sets up an ice cream stand. Chi-Chi comes and buys some. It tastes alright, but something's off. Turns out it was coated with poison, and Chi-Chi dies. Again. Makoto grabs a burning log, hurls it at Taka's tent, setting it aflame, roasting Taka alive. Ryoma tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Let me see. Kamaru kills Sara with her own weapon. Hina sets off an explosive. Okay, this Megalovania is really working, isn't it? Taking out Ryan, Munakata, Justice Emerald, and Jin. Corey dies to her gold. Shuichi kills Klee with a shot put ball. And then these guys are all swimming in magical lakes, but they were like, it hits a little bit different this time. This water's a little bit more violent with this music playing. They all attack Chihiro with cuteness and kill him. Eula defeats Professor Mishima in a fight but spares his life. Azuru, Kazuha, and Amber get into a fight. Azuru triumphantly kills them both. Mishima embraces spring. It is autumn, but I hear you, my guy. Kurumi finds a secret stash of pancakes that I hinted at. We lost 19, which doesn't seem like a lot in comparison to how big this game has been, but we only had 48 at that point, so now we're actually dipping our toes towards the end of this game, and it's all because of Megalovania in this Clear Day Lune 4. Yusuke, Monodam, Iwai, Queen, Tinko, Sophie, Mizuki, Takamichi, Chi-Chi, Taka, Sara, Rhyme, Munakata, Justice Hammer 1, Jin, Klee, Chihiro, Kazuha, Amber. Now, we see everybody's statuses. We do have a chance for the block. 29 left. We're dwindling. We are within I didn't think we'd be in our 20s, but now we're here. Virtual idols, we still have Monofini for Flower Power. We have couples counseling still with Mew. Magic and Science has Nagisa. Fan Club has Komaru and Mishima. Father Knows Jess still has Anything for Her still has Corey. Debut album still has Serval. Cut Above the Rest still has Amame. Espionage has Yelan. As we go on, we see Theme Park Ride has Fuga. Average Joe still has Makoto. Catch These Hands has Ryoma. Vengeance has Eula. Dinner Party has Karumi. Not Big Junko yet. Girl Boss has Junko. Time and Space still completely in. Boy Sleepover style Masaru. As we scroll onward, we have Peko from Clean Slice. Izzy from Too Sweet. Kizakura from Poor Unfortunate Soul. Split Pass still has Aiba. Sayaka from Spoken Word. Turncoats have Hina. Human Studies were completely in, but now they're just down to Izuru. And Where There's Smoke still has Professor Mishima. Top 6 teams go on to that premiere. Team in first becomes Agents of Chaos outside of your champions, Big Junko. Let's see how this plays out. 29 remaining. We proceed, and we see Serval fell out of the world. I guess she's dead. Kizakura bashes Masaru's head against a rock several times. Mew catches Junko with a comically placed box of banana peels. Shuichi and Aiba exercise underneath the stars. The doctor goes to the love hotel with Komaru. Daddy feels himself developing a crush for Yelan. Don't love that. Amami and Azuru are doing that spooky dance this month. Rendo dies from an infection. Professor Mishima gets mad at because Monofini tells Eula to count how many sand particles there are in the desert. Why is there a desert in the first place? Eula's gonna have her vengeance. Watch out, Monofini. Mishima finds a wish ring, wishes that Sayaka's neck would snap. Somewhere else in the arena, Sayaka's neck suddenly snaps, killing her. Mishima, thanks for doing your part. That was smart. Hina stands outside of Izuyui's camp. Izuyui gives Hina a knife to the chest. Izuyui will remember that. Corey relaxes by his fireplace. Makoto, Nagisa, Fuga play a game Monopoly. Makoto loses all of his properties, flips the board over. Big Junko threatens Peko with a good time. And Kurumi activates Berserker's Soul, keeps drawing monster cardos until Ryoma has negative life points, and he does indeed perish. And it is day 7, as Professor Mishima, Kurumi, Amame, and Corey track down and kill Eula, who will not be getting that vengeance. Monofini is safe. Monofini might be your agent of chaos. As Mew buys AV merchandise from AV Zores and spares Big Junko. No, this is regular size Junko. Overpowers Nagisa, taking him out. Yelan plants ceilings in her garden. Peko also wants it that way, and you know what? I'll allow it. The doctor wonders if Nagito has Nagito insurance, but actually I can't allow it because we have to play a little something else from one event that I just looked over, because it's a majority vote. It's an important one because Fuga, Aiba, Izuyoi, Big Junko, Komaru, and Izuru are forced to play the majority game. Fuga received the most votes, but he was unfortunately the key master, so every single one of them was executed. Majority games sure are scary, aren't they? Shall we proceed? The doctor wonders if Nagito has Nagito insurance. Monofune attempts to do a cool skateboarding trick to amuse Mishima. Mishima hates the attempt so much he takes out Monofune with her own skateboard. Daddy and Kizakura sitting in a tree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G. Shuichi. Makoto Fishes. We lost really quite a bit. We lost more than half of our competitors. It's a Claire de Lune 4. Serval, Masaru, Rindo, Sayaka, Hina, Ryoma, Yula, Nagisa, Fuga, Aiba, Izuyoi, Big Junko, Komaru, Izuru, Monofune, Shuichi. Peek at everybody's statuses. We are down to 14? 13. 13 remaining, and those 13 are Mew from Couples Counseling. We still have Mishima from Fan Club, Father Knows Just Daddy. We have Anything for Her, Corey. We've got Cut Above the Rest, Amame, Espionage Yelan, Average Joe Makoto, Girl Boss Junko, Time and Space Dr. Taichi, Poor Unfortunate Souls Kizakura, Professor Mishima for Where There's Smoke, and we'll see how this goes. I don't think any other note. It's 13 completely separate people now. Which means it's your top 6, and your top 6 will be the ones who go on. However, we still have 3 until technically your saving grace picks, and we won't belabor this because it's going to be a long one. And as we, oh my gosh! Mishima throws the doctor off of a cliff, then he does the same thing to Yelan, Junko, Daddy, and Kizakura. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Mew finds a stereo, presses play, plays some sick beats. Kurumi has no more motivation. Maki grabs Pekka by the throat. Corey fires a truth bullet and Makoto exposes his lies and pierces his heart. Professor Mishima attacks Amame with the legacy of his bloodline. His bloodline was not strong enough. The bloodline wasn't strong enough, allowing Amame to retaliate and kill Professor Mishima. We might be down to 6. We're down to 6. These are your top 6. These are the teams that will be going on. Mew and Mishima insult each other relentlessly after getting into a bloody fight. Kurumi doesn't believe in palindromes. Amame suddenly exclaims not the Naegis for every reason in particular. Pekko is tied down to a table and forced to listen to Corey's monologue about himself. Pekko dies from boredom, but not before making it to the final 6. And that brings us to our final 5, as we have lost 8. It is a finally saving race picks time. We actually don't get a Samurai Woman, but we do get one last Claire de Lune 4. The Doctor, Yelan, Junko, Daddy, Kizakura, Makoto, Professor Mishima, Pekko. We're not gonna dilly and dally. I'm gonna say immediately, hey, get your picks ready. We got 5 left. Saving Grace picks. Couples Counseling still remains. Undisputed Mew may have another undisputed win right here, right now. Could she become Agents of Chaos with her husband, Gyuda? And Jotaro, the one who's counseling them during their couples crisis? We have Fan Club with Mishima, who's kind of been popping off. Can he win this one? Can he come through for the Fan Club? Anything for her, we still have Corey in the house. Could be a very good Agent of Chaos. In fact, these 3 could be very good Agents of Chaos. Mukuro could become a 2-time Agent of Chaos. As we go down, we see Cut Above the Rest, Amame. I think was pretty quiet during the last season, but this time around, she's like, I just gotta survive for my team, let's go, let's do it. As we scroll down again, we see Dinner Party. Kanji, Chi-Chi, and Kurumi have been a staple together for a minute. Could they win this one and stay together guaranteed for another season? And last but not least, we have... Is that all 5? Did I... Kurumi, we had her, yes, that's good. Amame, we got that one. Corey, yes, that was a thing. Mishima, yes, and then we had Mew. I guess that's all 5, yeah. We just had 5. I felt like I only said 4, but we did say all 5. Hey, make your picks 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the comments. You know how to do it. Like and subscribe, because that would be really cool if you did that too. But I digress. Those are your 5. I'm going to pick mine as well. For some reason, my gut's saying that it's going to be Kurumi. I think Kurumi's coming through. Give me a Amame for 2nd, and I'm going to take Mew for 3rd because you really don't want to bet against the undisputed one. It is your final 5, and these 5 are all cut. And we would like to call within our final 5 Mew, Mishima, Corey, Amame, Kurumi, and a Crises. of Fate. I wonder if we probably won't see the feast, now that I think about it. We might not see the final who will it be at this point. As we go on, Kurumi dyes her hair orange. Corey finds a big red button, presses it. That button was a bomb. It's been a bomb a lot today, and Corey is indeed gone. Kotoko introduces Mew to her long-lost sister Kotoka. Maki grabs Amame by the throat, and Mishima decided it was a good idea to nosedive a polar bear preparing for hibernation. Okay. That was foolish of you, but it's down to Kurumi, Amame, and Mew. I think the 3 that I picked for my saving grace picks. It is the year of Heel AV. Maybe Heel AV ain't a jinx, so shall we proceed again? Because Amame RKO's Kurumi from out of nowhere off of a cliff. Surprisingly, Amame survives. Well, that's okay. Also, my saving grace perks weren't in the right order, but I got the right 3. And Mew turns into a Fall Guys bean, which I believe is not fatal. But as we proceed, we see it isn't, which means we are down to 2. And it's an interesting 2 after this terrible turnabout for Corey, Mishima, Kurumi. Because we have a little bit of an interesting motif here, don't we? I have to ask you one question. It's Mew versus Amame. And so who will be your agents of chaos? Mew, the undisputed one. She comes through, she wins, she does first, and this time she can do it with her hubby. And the one who has counseled them potentially to get tag team gold, potentially to get, pardon me, Agents of Chaos. Could this be the moment of moments for Mew? Or will it be a moment for Amame, one who has not been participating for so long, but one who wants to make her moment, wants to make it for Mai, wants to make it for Munakata? Could the 3 of them become Agents of Chaos? Could we see a very chaotic moment right here today? Could it be both, or could it be neither? I think it's time that we find out, because between Mew, Amame, both, neither. I won't dilly and dally, you'll see the answer as Amame and Mew walk under the mistletoe. Amame goes to kiss Mew, but gets stabbed by Mew because nope, not interested. Mew says it's not December with a very wicked smile draped across her face. The knife plunges deep into the soul of Amame and she falls, ensuring that we have a very interesting trio as your Agents of Chaos, because your winners. And I suppose I could say that they are your new Agents of Chaos. Lately in these games, the couple that was Mew and Yuta have been on a rocky path. But with the help of Jotaro, the tag team expert, perhaps they can find some solid ground. Perhaps they can save their relationship. And perhaps they can find some more gold, something that they've both loved so much in the past. Stronger together, Jotaro tells them. And Mew may now finally be realizing that, because your winner and your new OC, nope, Tag Team Agents of Chaos, Mew, Jotaro, Yuta. Couples counseling takes the win and embraces the chaos. Whoever the champs are better prepare, because it's gonna be a wild ride for them. Mew takes the victory, and like, let's be honest, she is the undisputed one. She has been Agent of Chaos before. Now, I think Jotaro has, right? Or has he not? I'll have to double check that. And here's Yuta. Yuta back in the spotlight again. He's been waiting for it. He said, it's been a while since I've been that guy, the guy on top, and now couples counseling, they might rule the tag team division with an iron fist. Let's see what happens. Amame took second, Kurumi took third, Mishima took fourth, Corey took fifth, and lastly, Peko took sixth, which means clean slice. Anything for her, fan club, dinner party, and cut above the rest will join your new Agents of Chaos couples counseling in the tag team premiere in season 15. We'll do a slow scroll through everybody else because this was a massive episode of like 170 something, I think, maybe even 180 something. I have no idea, I don't remember, but I do want to slow scroll, or not even slow scroll through this, I want to like semi-fast scroll through this because we just want to go through here. Yes, 173. Yes. Massive game indeed. It started with Teru Gundam and the Grand Boy getting to fight Gundam, triumphantly taking them both out. It was a massive game, ended at day 9 with a kiss underneath the mistletoe, barely, and Mew was like, no, I'm married. Stabs Amame, couples counseling wins. It's also very fun that the ending event there was semi-romantic. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk indeed? Alright, that means our entire tag team premiere will be the 6th that we got this time, with Nail Party, Full Investigation, your tag team champions, the Virtual Idols, Made to Rule, Just Monica, Fashion Fraud, The Pretender, and of course, your undisputed tag team champion, Avi. You love to see it. What a matchup. You love to see it indeed. All the way down to 173. Mishima had 8 KOs, so did Queen. Akane had 6, Amame and Professor Mishima with 5. Hina, Karumi, Corey in the house, and Mew, and Chi-Chi all with 4. Everyone else with 3 or less because we had a ton of people, so we won't go through all of that. Not through all of that, but we had our big KOers this episode up there. We go back to the Reaping tomorrow. Once again, much smaller, much shorter episode. You'll have a good chunk of announcements for both Fracture, and you'll probably get some Brawloween announcements too. So get excited for it. Get excited for it indeed. Hoo hoo, haha, hee hee. Stay classy. Year of the Radiance. Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, Asnir, who will be battling. You might even find out, maybe Asnir will tell, no, Asnir's not going to tell you tomorrow. He's not going to be there tomorrow. I guess we'll find out what type of match Asnir selects next Thursday. You gonna tell me? Lead AV, we'll see. I'm kind of rooting for you. For real. This has been too long already. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.